Welcome to Sunshine Fitness. My name is Sally, and today we will be going through a 25-minute seated exercise session at a level 1 effort to introduce to you all the exercises we're going to be doing in this series. So sit back on your chair and just take it in if you want to, watching what we do, and join us when you're ready. All you need for this session is a chair and some water to stay hydrated. The puppy is optional. Okay, let's get going. Fantastic. So, sitting up nice and tall as your body allows. Hold your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in and out. Beautiful, fantastic. Lifting up your hands one at a time. We're going to press our finger to our thumb, each finger pressing through into the thumb, causing a little bit of resistance, going forwards and backwards through our fingers. In your time, that's it, pressing through. We want nice strong fingers that can grip and grab and hold on to. So pressing through each finger. Excellent. And hold it there. Now we're going to take the thumb across to the bottom of the little finger and open up. So take it across and open. That's it. Again, taking the joints through every single motion that they can, getting that full flexibility in there, just as much as you can, across and open. Last one. Excellent stuff. And then let's spin those thumbs around one way. Excellent. Breathing as you go, and back the other way. Fantastic. Okay, and pausing there. We're then going to squeeze our fingers and thumb into a fist as much as we can and open and sprinkle. Beautiful. And again, squeeze and release. Superb. We're going to do that twice more, tight as you can, and open. That's it. Fingers, hands, thumbs, really, really important. Obviously, you want to get them nice and strong. Keep that mobility in them and hold it there. Lovely stuff. Okay, so now just bringing in the wrists. We're just going to lower and lift the fingers. So we're relaxed through the shoulders. Still sitting up nice and tall, breathing through. Lovely, lowering and lifting. Excellent stuff. Pause there. One hand rotates. That's it. And then change direction, back the other way. Excellent. And pause there. Let's move to the other hand, rotating round. That's it. Don't worry about if you're doing this perfect or not. You're doing it. You're having a go. That's what matters. Back the other way. Beautiful stuff. And then let's have a go at doing both hands together. So rotating one way and then the other. Fantastic. Excellent stuff. Okay. Pausing there. Bringing the hands out in front of you, palms to the ceiling, a little bit of pronation and supination. That's it. Just turning the wrists. So not the whole arm, not the elbows or the shoulders, just those wrists to the ceiling, to the floor, to the ceiling, to the floor. Lovely. And whilst we're there, we're actually just going to pedal through the hands again. That's it. Just getting the movement in the wrist. And then last one at this point, in and out, in and out, in. You won't get that much movement, don't worry. But again, we want to use the movement that we've got. We want to gain it and maintain it. Lovely stuff. Okay, superb. Now let's get those elbows moving a little bit. So bring the fingers up towards the ceiling and then down towards the floor. Breathing in and out. In and out. That's it, lovely. Try not to round the shoulders. There's a real temptation. We're going to hold them back, sitting up tall. Beautiful. Excellent stuff. That's it. Keep going. Lovely. Okay. And then just take the hands out to the side and in. So getting a little bit of shoulder work in here there. Excellent stuff. Opening up the chest and relax. That's it. Every opportunity, expanding across that chest. That's it. Lovely. Opening up that rib cage, enabling that oxygen to get in where we need it to. Beautiful. And last one. And then bring the hands back to the front, and then we're going to alternate. So one hand down and then the other. That's it. Lovely. A little bit of coordination is very good for our brains. Can be confusing to start with, but we're going to persevere. So excellent stuff. Get that brain matter working as well as our bodies. Fantastic. Okay, pause there. Take your fingers out to your shoulders now. Relax. And we're just going to start with that one shoulder. So again, taking the full range of motion here, front to back, taking it all the way around. That may be a small motion for you today, and that is perfectly fine. Always something is better than nothing. So start where you're at today. That's it. The more you do these motions, the more the sort of stiffness just ends up sort of like leaving your joints, and you'll get more and more movement. Pause there. And you can let that hand rest on your lap if you prefer, as we take the other shoulder round. That's it. Again, just helping to open the chest. That's it, bringing mobility into the shoulder joint. Beautiful. One more there. Pause. Fingers back onto both shoulders. We're just going to bring the elbows into touch and open up. Again, just encouraging that nice tall posture. Excellent for breathing, nice spinal alignment there for you. Excellent stuff. Holding it back and relax. Lovely. Okay, and now we're going to do both shoulders. So we're just going to take the shoulders up, back and around. So forwards, up, back and around. Both of them together here. That's it. Lovely. Just bringing some real movement to the upper back and the shoulders. And as I say, opening the chest. Lovely. One more time. Breathing in and relax. Beautiful. Rest your hands on your lap. We're going to do a little bit of neck work, okay? So, starting off, we're going to take our right ear just gently down to the right shoulder, okay? Try not to take the chin down, okay? If I clip this coming out here. Having pinned myself in, okay? Try to take the ear to the shoulder. So you're relaxing, you're opening up the neck here on the side. Lovely. Again, keep that posture nice and tall. Press your back into the back of the chair. Chin down towards the chest. And then ear to the other shoulder. That's it. Lovely. We're going to take the chin down again. A little stretch on the back of the neck. And back the other way. Just pause there if that's causing a little bit of a rush of blood to the head. We're going to do that once more. Side to side, lovely. So you're effectively doing a half head circle. Excellent. Head back up, give yourself a moment, let all that blood go back where it needs to. And then we're going to look to the side, relaxing the shoulders, sitting up tall, and then turn the head to look at the other side. That's it. If you have somebody next to you, give them a smile. Beautiful. And then back the other way. Lovely stuff. Once more each way. That's it, just that nice turn in the neck, right at the top of the spine there, and back to center. Superb. Now this is an interesting one. We're going to bring our chin forwards, and then what I call all the chins as you take it back. Okay? So we do have movement in our neck for this. So we're going to use it. We bring our chin forwards, sticking it out, and then showing all the chins. Excellent. What it's about is getting the movement in the top of the spine into the neck and the head. Okay, really good. Excellent. Relaxing there. Lovely. Okay, so from the neck, the shoulders, okay, the elbows, the wrists and the hands, we're now going to do a little bit of movement around our core. Okay, so in order to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit with my back away from the back of the chair, okay? And I'm going to lift one side of my bottom up and come forwards, and then the other side forwards. So I've now got a little gap between my back and the back of the chair. And what this is going to enable me to do is get some movement in my lower back, because we can get very stiff in that area, and it gets harder to be able to reach down and pick things up, and we want to be able to do that. In a moment we're going to move, I could do a rotation which enables us to do things like turn and grab a seat belt to buckle up. Okay, so what I'm doing here, hands resting on the top of my thighs as I just reach forwards and back. So as I say, this is a nice introductory level 1 session. We're going to repeat this whole routine at level 2 and 3, just adding in as we go and get more confident and feel more confident in our bodies. Okay, so breathing in and out. Don't worry about how far you reach or don't reach today, okay? Again, we're just introducing our bodies to these movements that really are just going to benefit them and therefore benefit us. Excellent stuff, okay? Hold it there. Lovely. Now, we are permission here to round the back and then breathe in, sit up tall. And then that's it, you can bring a C-shaped curve into the spine and sit up tall. Now, you may have your body enabling you to do this movement to sit up tall. If that's a little tricky, please use your hands, press down into your hands to help you sit up nice and tall. Lovely, okay? Pausing there, superb. We're now going to go side to side. So you can have your hands out either way. Now this can be helpful where you've got a chair with arms, okay? If you feel a little unsteady doing this movement, I'm going to demonstrate it, okay? So I'm just demonstrating at this point, side to side. All you need to do is either have a chair, pause the video, have a chair with arms, or just lightly hold one side of the chair as you reach to the other side. That's it? Excellent. So again, it's all just about bringing that mobility into the body, into every part, eking out that stiffness, getting the blood moving around your muscles and joints. Beautiful, excellent. Breathing in as you go. Superb. That's it. And pause there for me. Lovely. Now we're going to take one of our arms and layer it with the other. Relax the shoulders, but sitting up tall, I'm going to take my elbow and pull it behind me ever so slightly, so I look to the side. I come back to the center, and then I pull the other elbow and look slightly over my shoulder. That's it. Breathing through and relax. Breathing and relax. Or breathe here and out. Breathe in and out. That's it, lovely. And again, you may not feel you're getting as much movement as you see me making, but stick with me. Keep doing this and you'll introduce that movement and flexibility into the spine. As I say, this is the one that's really great for reaching behind for that seat belt in the car and pulling it across the body. Lovely. Last one, pause there, lower back down the hands. Lovely stuff, excellent. So a little bit of movement there around the waist and the core, the trunk and the back. Fantastic, well done. Let's tackle those legs. Okay, so we are going to do toes, feet, knees and hips. At this point, I'm going to remove my shoes. You may keep your shoes on or you may take them off. Okay, pop them to one side. Now the reason why we want to do this is because we want to get full range of movement with our toes. So important in terms of our walking, having that mobility in the toes. So I have got my toes lifted, heels are on the floor. I'm going to start off by again sitting tall. I actually want to put my back against the back of the chair again. Lovely. Trying not to round, but press the hands in to help you just to sit up tall, okay? Lovely. And I'm going to just squeeze and release those toes. That feels really good. It really does. Please don't think that somehow this doesn't benefit anybody of any age, because it does. We can end up sitting down 9 to 5 in a job at a desk that leads us as needing these exercises as much as anybody. So squeeze and release those toes. Really splay the toes as much as you can. This is so important for just having a good safe foundation to walk upon, okay, your feet. So they're not all scrunched up, but they're nice and wide, and that really helps with a good walking step. Excellent stuff. Okay, starting with one foot. Oh, again, that feels fantastic. Just like that release. That's it. Just that movement, getting the blood moving around the ankle, into the toes, into the foot. That feels really good. Heel and toe. At the moment, I'm not moving my knee, just lifting that lower leg, heel and toe. Beautiful. And then keep the foot lifted, and we're going to rotate the ankle round one way. Again, just sitting up, keep breathing, and then take it back the other way. Gorgeous. Okay, pop that foot down, lifting the other one up. Point and heel. Point and heel. Point and heel. Point, heel, lift up, keep lifted, sitting up tall, rotating that foot round. Fantastic. You can see my nice Sunshine Fitness socks. And back the other way. Marvelous. Okay, so again, some coordination. I'll always try and introduce coordination because, as I say, anytime you do an action on one side of the body that is in opposition to the other, it's really good for the brain because it has to think through what it's doing. So one foot points and the other foot taps the heel. One foot points and the other taps the heel. Again, don't worry too much if you're feeling like you've got two left feet. Just having a go, you're moving, that's what matters. Excellent stuff. Okay, and then bring your heels back underneath your body. We're going to go up into tiptoes. So come with me now, up onto your toes, back onto your heels, up onto your toes, back into your heels. Now I just want to say at this point, you may get some cramp, okay? Just stop where you are, give your lower leg a little bit of a rub, breathe through, have a sip of water if that helps. And then if you can, come back and join us, okay? So what we're doing here is we're stretching out the calf muscle in the back of our lower leg, which again is so important in terms of getting a really good walking step. When we've got tight calf muscles, we don't get a very good heel-toe action, which can cause us to shuffle, which can then cause us to trip up very easily, which we want to avoid if we can. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. Heel to toes. Beautiful. Excellent stuff. Okay, and now we're going to stretch. So one leg at a time, reach those toes forwards. Reach them towards me. That's it. Far as you can. Superb. Keep pointing and stretching. Lovely. Okay, this time we're going to point and flex, point, flex, point. Change feet. Lift it up. Flex, point, flex, point. We're going to do that once more in each leg. Lift up, flex, point, point, and then flex and point and flex and I think I'm doing it the other way around. Point. Feet back together. This time, legs are together, feet are together. We're going to take the toes out to the side and in. I'm going to keep my shoes off for this. Again, I'm tempted to round my back to watch what I'm doing and keep my head lifted, but comfortable. You don't have to be bolt upright. Just open and close those toes. Keep your heels together. That's it. Again, excellent. We're just getting that movement in there, moving those muscles around in the lower leg. That's it. Now keep your toes together and open and close your heels. Open and close. Open and close. Lovely. Excellent. And you'll just feel that working through the heels, bringing those muscles to life. Superb. And then pause there, a little bit onto the arches. So lift up the inside of your feet so that you have your toes and heels facing each other, and then back down. Lifting up the instep, that's it, the instep of your foot, and back down. Breathing through, sitting nice and tall. And down. Last time. Lift it up. Oh, it feels good. And down. Lovely. We put our feet and our legs through a lot of hard work on a daily basis. So it's really nice to set ourselves up well at the beginning of the day or even at the end of the day, just to take the strain off those areas, or certainly just to prepare them for the day ahead. Brilliant. Okay, onto the knees. Lovely. So we are going to start here by just one leg at a time. We're just going to lift the foot. Okay, so that starts engaging those muscles going up the front of our legs. You'll feel those with your hands on your legs. And again, don't worry about how high or low you lift your feet. That's not what matters. It matters that you're just giving it a go. And you're doing so well. You're nearly there. We're nearly done. Okay? Excellent. Lovely. Superb. So just bringing flexion into that knee joint. It's moving in the way that it's designed to. Superb. And relax. Fantastic. Okay. So a little bit more effort here. We're going to lift one knee up and down. Now, please don't feel you've got to press your hands down here because that could inhibit the movement. So you could put your hands on your hips, or you could just rest them into your lap. You could grab hold of your handlebars if you've got them there. That's it. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Okay, so we're even getting some movement now into the hip flexors, those muscles that attach our torso basically to our legs. So really important muscles. That's it. So it's a nice, slow, steady march, okay? We've been on tiptoes today. We're now marching. Fantastic. One more on each leg. Okay, and then to finish this off, we're gonna lift the leg and then swing your leg towards me. Take it back and lower down, changing sides. Lift, extend, lift and lower. Excellent, we're gonna repeat this. That's it. A few more times on each leg. There could be a tendency when you extend to extend the neck forward and round the back, okay? All that's happening there is that the muscles along the back of our body, from our back, down our bottoms, down our legs, may be a little tight, okay? But by doing this, we're lengthening those muscles all down the back of our body, okay? It's helping to just lengthen us out, because often a lot of back pain can be caused by tight muscles on the back part of the body. Lovely. Lift, extend. We're going to do one more each side. Breathe. That's it. All that oxygen is going to keep you nice and energized. Lovely. And rest that foot down. Fantastic. Okay, this next part is regarding the hips. If for any reason that's just not an area you feel comfortable with today, please just sit back and just watch us and think about how you would do this move in the future, okay? Especially if you've maybe recently had a hip replacement operation, please just make sure that you've checked, obviously, with your doctor about being able to do these moves, as we're going to be opening up the hip, okay? So I'll demonstrate first of all, lifting up the knee, taking the leg out to the side, bringing it back in and lower down. Other side, lifting up, open, in and down. So I can feel that all down through the area here, the groin area, which is the hip flexors really working, okay? I'm stretching them across, which again is so good. We want to do that. We can end up quite hunched over because we've got very tight hip flexors from sitting down too long, and that causes a hunch in the back, which can obviously be difficult for walking, standing up tall, breathing. So we really want to move these hip flexors, okay? Try and keep the toes lifted as you do it. Try not just to have the toes hanging down, just lift them up ever so slightly. That's it, gorgeous. Last one. And relax. Now I've actually felt my bottom move forward doing that, so I'm just going to readjust, sitting up tall again. Okay, now the last one in this section I'll show you first is lifting up, okay, opening, so extending, then opening, bringing it back in and down. Excellent. Lift, extend, open, in and down. Excellent. So one at a time, lifting, extending, opening. So again, this puts even more weight really on those hip flexors to have to hold the leg up as you take it out to the side. Breathe. If that's too much, please stick to the exercise we just did by opening and closing the hip. You don't need to extend the leg. That's it. Lovely. Again, we're just introducing new moves to you in this video. Lovely. One more each side. Lift, extend, trying to keep that back nice and tall. Brilliant, breathe. One more, up, out. Lovely, bring it in, lift that knee and down. Fantastic. And kind of just tap your heels up and down as a bit of a round of applause to yourself. It's when the puppy knocks the water over. So, excellent stuff. I hope you're feeling good. So, we are coming to a close now. And so what I like to do at the end is just have some moments of relaxation, okay? We've just taken our body, the joints within our body through their full range of motion, and now we want to relax and just let the body come to a rest and just have some moments of breath and calm before we head in to what the rest of the day holds. Okay, so you can sit back, you can close your eyes if you wish to, and what I'm going to do is just give you a little instruction to which might help to relax your muscles. And I find really helpful actually when I'm in bed at night and can't always get to sleep. I feel restless, okay? This can be a useful technique. So I'm going to close my eyes, taking a deep breath in and out. I'm just going to squeeze my feet, squeeze my legs, my buttocks, my shoulders, my arms and hands, and then relax. And I breathe. So it's like tensing all the muscles and then releasing them, and it just really helps the body to relax. Let's do that once more. So breathing in. Okay, that's it. Legs, feet, bottoms, tummies, arms, shoulders, even the face. Tight, tight, tight. And relax. Ah. Close your eyes and breathe. And I just want to say, as you rest there, I just want to pray a blessing over you and your body and your family as you just relax and reset. Father God, I just thank you so much for every single beautiful man and woman watching this video today. I just pray your blessing and your protection upon them, upon their families and their loved ones. Just pray, God, for healing in those places that may hurt or cause pain. You just bless your bodies and minds to know the peace of God and feel fully rested and energized. In Jesus' name, amen. As you breathe in, open your eyes, take one hand up and the other, and give yourself a very well-deserved round of applause. Well done. Join us next time for the next video. God bless.